The death is announced of Jean-Baptiste Francois, also known as Mr. Fay, of Belleville-Choiseul, who passed away on Saturday, March 24th at approximately 2 p.m. at the St. Jude's Hospital. He was 86 years old. He was predeceased by his beloved wife, Petronilla Francois, also known as Ma Fay, who passed away on the 22nd of January, 2012. Left to mourn, daughters: Patricia Plant of Entrepot-Castries, Leona Bissette of Belleville-Choiseul, Glennis Felix of Montjacques-Choiseul, Alex Joseph of Entrepot-Castries, Angela Ariste in St. Croix, Patricia Jeremy in New York, Sabina Francois in New York, Marciana Francois in Michigan, USA. Sons: Joseph Francois, also known as Kelly in New York, David Francois, also known as Titus in New York, Marinus Lincoln Francois in New York, Leon Francois, also known as Pamelus of Bois de Roselay, Lucas Francois, also known as Collins of Belleville-Choiseul. Grandchildren: Peter Roger Plant in Maryland, USA, Gregory Emerson Plant of Entrepot-Castries, Sergeant Marcellus Bissette, also known as Ballot of Reunion, Choiseul, Dr. O'Neill Bissette of Lansing, Michigan, USA, Brian Bissette in Michigan, USA, Timothy Bissette in Toronto, Canada, Tekla Bissette in Maryland, USA, Mervyn Felix of Monrepo, Hiram Kurt Felix of Grand Riviere, Roselay, Joseph Jean-Baptiste, also known as Junior in England, Marlon Felix in Syracuse, USA, Lilia Felix in Syracuse, USA, Nadia Felix in England, Jenna Joseph of Entrepot-Castries, Tessa Joseph, student in Canada, Chester Ariste in New York, Norbert Ariste Jr. in Florida, Andre Ariste in Atlanta, Georgia, Nedra Ariste in Atlanta, Georgia, Melissa Jeremy in New York, Camilla Jeremy in New York, Cassandra Jeremy in New York, Elijah Lilburn in New York, Marie Claire Lawrence in Michigan, USA, Krista Lawrence in Michigan, USA, Ricardo Francois in Virginia, USA, Glenroy Francois of Pavé Road, Castries, Earl Francois of Belleville-Choiseul, Lance Francois in New York, Sherilyn Francois in New York, Samantha Felix of Grand Riviere, Roselay, Marilyn Francois in New York, Annabelle Francois in New York. 33 great-grandchildren. Brothers: Maurice Francois, also known as Agdoum and family of Bois Patat, Castries, Gaton Victor, also known as Vite of Dugas, Choiseul, Lawrence Maximin and family, also known as Harcourt of Waterworks Road, Castries, Linus Maximin and family of Fossé Jacques Souffre, Dennis Maximin and family of Fossé Jacques Souffre. Sister: Agatha Alce of Antigua. Several nieces and nephews, including Anderson James and family in Antigua, Julian Augustine and family in Houston, Texas, Dunstan Augustine and family in Castries, Catherine Octave and family of Maynard Hill, Castries, Grace Augustine and family of Castries, Elsa Augustine and family in New York, Sonia King and family in New York, Francilia Lewis and family in New York, Morella James and family in Orlando, Florida, Marthe Williams and family of Bobonneau. Children of the late Evans of Marshall Road, Castries. Sons-in-law, Julius Bisset of Bellevue, Choiseul. Primus Felix of Montjacques, Choiseul. Timothy Joseph of Entrepot, Castries. Linus Jeremy in New York. Daughters-in-law, Christina Francois in New York. Bertha Francois in New York. Olivia Benjamin Francois in St. Croix. Brothers-in-law, Dennis Donatier, also known as Stormy, of Bellevue, Choiseul. Eugenio Octave and family of Capestate, Rosalie. Also left to mourn, Eugenia Bernard in London, England. Alberta Franklin in Barbados. Randolph Bess in St. Croix. Spiritual advisor, Father Sammy, parish priest of Choiseul. Special friends and neighbors, Dr. Augustine Charles, also known as Bolo, and family of Martin, Choiseul. The Blaze family of Bellevue and Castries. Miss Clara Dennis of Bellevue, Choiseul. Miss Iluta Shalry of Bellevue, Choiseul. Mr. Julian Stanislas and family of Bois de Wages. Miss Fedora St. Clair in St. Croix. Mr. Joseph Stanislas and family of Choiseul. Mrs. Rachel Flavian and family of Bellevue, Choiseul. Mr. Rufus Codra and family of Forester. Mrs. Esther Justin of Bellevue, Choiseul. Mr. Augustin Francois, also known as Alloy, and family of Bellevue, Choiseul. Ms. Euthita St. Clair and family of Bellevue, Choiseul. Mr. Veron Laforce and family of Bellevue, Choiseul. Father Arul Yagapan in India. Augustine Williams, also known as Chico, in Frederiksted, St. Croix. The Eugene family of Montgouge, Choiseul. Johnson Alexander and family of Dugas, Choiseul. Joseph Alexander, also known as Giranda and family of Bellevue, Choiseul. Michael Nixon and family of Roblo, Choiseul. Ms. Feria Charles and family. Mrs. Richard Nees Remy and family. Ms. Regina Joseph. Mr. Levency Atenes and family. Maria Saint-Amy and family of Entrepot. Linda Mitchell and family of Hospital Road, Castries. Other relatives, the Joseph family of Reunion, Choiseul. Many godchildren, including Theodora Eugene of Montgouge, Choiseul. Raymond Auguste of Bellevue, Choiseul. Family friends, Mr. Hilton Lilburn and family of the Mon and Millet. The Wilson family of Roblo. Mrs. Mary Luciana Crafton of Redwick, Rosalie. Other in-laws, the Bisset family of Bellevue, Choiseul. The Felix family of Montjacques. The Joseph and Wilkie families of Castries. The Jeremy family of Cabiche, Bobonneau. The Mitchell and Creek families of Lafague and Castries. Mrs. Mary Anna Matre and family of Chateau Belair, Soufrière. Ms. Marie Plant and family of Agard Lands, Castries. Many other relatives, including the Satney families of Choiseul, Vieux-Fort, and Castries. The Matthew families of Choiseul, Castries, Naples, Florida, and St. Croix. The Nesta family of Choiseul and Castries. The Emmanuel family of Choiseul and Castries. The Cadet family of Choiseul and Rosalie. Many other relatives and friends, both here and abroad. The funeral service of the late Jean-Baptiste Francois, also known as Mr. Fay, will take place at the Lady of Lourdes Church in Choiseul at 10 a.m. on Saturday, 7th April 2012. The body will be interred at the Choiseul Cemetery. The body will leave Creek Funeral Parlor at 7 a.m.